Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Dear Venerable Sangha, Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, you were invited to join us in this weekly Buddhist Newsreel on Phật online channel. Hereafter, 6 major headlines of Buddhist activities of the week. Hand over the decision on personnel approval of Ho Chi Minh City Buddhist Parochial Board for the tenure 2022-2027. Party Secretary Ho Chi Minh City trusts in the 10th tenure of City Buddhist Parochial Board to do well its mission of protecting the nation and safeguarding the people. Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board of Bình Dương organizes the ordination for approximately 500 monks and nuns at TIEN and SIMA-ORDINATION. Most Venerable Chairman anticipates newly elected Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board of TIEN Giang to have a traditional inheritation of discipline order. NGàY Kindergarten at Phật Pagoda in Kinh Province reviews school year 2021-2022. Nuns and Buddhists make offerings to the retreat at Vietnam Buddhist University, Ho Chi Minh City. And following are the news in details. In order to summarize the organization of the Congress of Buddhist Delegates for the tenure 2022-2027, at the same time giving the decision to approve personnel and the assignments given to the specialized monastic sections. Most Venerable Thích Lệ Trang, newly elected head of the Ho Chi Minh City Buddhist Parochial Board, chaired the first meeting on the morning of June 27, 2022 at Vietnam National Pagoda.
In witness, it was honored to have Elder Most Venerable TIEN Quang, Acting Dhamma Master of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Most Venerable Thiện An, Vice Chairman of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Patriarchal Council, Patron of City Buddhist Parochial Board, together with the Venerable Honorific Advisor. After a report represented by Venerable Thiện Quý, Vice Head of the Board and Chief Secretary of Ho Chi Minh City Buddhist Parochial Board on the success of Buddhist Delegate Congress, Venerable TIEong ANH, Vice Chief Secretary cum Chief of the Office of the Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board, approved the decision of personnel signed by the Most Venerable Chairman of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Parochial Council. Next, Most Venerable Thích Quang handed the decision over to the honorifics, the patrons, and the advisory board and the standing section of Ho Chi Minh City Buddhist Parochial Board. Most Venerable Thích Lệ Trang also passed the decision to the honorifics and the member of the Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board. In his blessing words, Most Venerable the Acting Dhamma Master expressed his gratitude to the merit of the former Vice Chairman of the Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board, and reminded that the Congress received the profound attention of the central section of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, as well as high expectation on the newly elected Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board of the tenure 10. Therefore, the member of the Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board need to try and promote the capacity of young people to work together to deserve the trust of the Central Vietnam Buddhist Sangha and their reverend predecessors. The Most Venerable also praised the Social Charity Board and the Cultural Board for their active and effective activities, a great contribution into the Buddhist achievement in Ho Chi Minh City during the past tenure.
On the morning of June 28, 2022, Elder Most Venerable Thích Quang, Acting Dharma Master of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, together with the 10th tenure Buddhist Parochial Board of Ho Chi Minh City, visited the office of the party committee to thank the government leaders who had created favorable conditions for success of the 10th Buddhist Congress and the 40th anniversary of its establishment.
Expressing his deep gratitude to the leaders of the City Party Committee and the city government, Most Venerable Thích Quang affirmed, during the past 3 years, without the support and help of the authority at all levels, then study Buddhism would not be as successful as it is today. The 10th Buddhist Congress of Ho Chi Minh City was successfully organized in the spirit of democracy and in accordance to the policy of the Sangha with its rejuvenation and consciousness. The country elected 89 members from Buddhist sects who had made the standards of age, education, and experience to continue to run the Buddhist mission and contribute to the future development of the city. Secretary of Ho Chi Minh Pori Committee Nguyễn Văn Nên also sent warm greeting to all new members of the 10 new Buddhist parochial boards of Ho Chi Minh City and expressed his joy at the visit of the Buddhist monks. He appreciated the concentration of the wisdom, the desire to listen to opinions, reflected in the very thoughtful sense of the contract document, such as the testament of the most venerable acting Dharma Master. Ho Chi Minh studies is the convergence of talents and national resources to serve the Dharma and the nation. He believes that the new Buddhist parochial boards of Ho Chi Minh City will continue to fulfill the missions of protecting the nations and people, making the Sangha more dignified and strong, and bringing the message of the 10 contracts to life to bring a prosperous life and happiness for the people.
On the morning of June 25th, 2022, the Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board in Bình Dương Province opened the Thiện An Buddha Calendar 2566 Great SIMA-ORDINATION at the Hội Khánh Patriarchal Temple with nearly 500 ordained monks and nuns who were eligible to be ordained with the spirit. At upper level, we would create for Buddha's Dharma. At lower level, we would educate the sentient beings.
The Thiện An Great SIMA-ORDINATION was held at two locations, Hội Khánh Patriarchal Temple for the monks and the Bồ-Đề Đạo Tràng Pagoda for the nuns. Speaking at the pulmoning ceremony, Most Venerable Thích Huệ Thông, head of the organizing unit, said that the Great SIMA-ORDINATION was open to choose the successor to the Tathagata Circuit Network. The leading Buddhist work of the Sangha is to propagate the Dharma, train talented monks, nuns, and open the precept to transmit the Dharma precept to monks and nuns who are qualified to be ordinated. Since its establishment, Bình Dương Buddhist Sangha organized 11 ordinators for over 5,000 monastic monks and nuns. Most Venerable Thích Thiện An, real name Trần Văn Mạnh, was born in 1980 in Bình Dương Province. His father was a physician and a patriotic Confucian, the most venerable in the fifth child in a family with a tradition of respecting Buddhism and patriotism. His father died when the most venerable was 12 years old, so he followed his mother to Bu Phước Pagoda to do the meritorious deeds and was brought up. 2 years later, his mother passed away, so he decided to leave home with the Dharma moniker named Thiện An because he was soon deeply aware of impermanent life. In 1955, he came to pray with the Most Venerable Thích Huệ Thành, a bond of Long Thiền Patriarchal Sect 41st generation, Lâm Tế Gia Phổ lineage. Most Venerable Thiện An was a highly ranked monk, a simple monk in everyday life, and spent his whole life serving the Dharma. Delivering the blessing words, Most Venerable TIEN Nhân wished the Thiện An Great SIMA-ORDINATION to be a success, ensuring that the precepts were dignified, the monks were purely emancipated, and the disciples needed to pray for the great precept. He wished the ascetic practitioner to be safe in the Dharma, receive the precept, and get ordinated. Previously, on June 24th, the Hội Khánh Patriarchal Temple held a ceremony to contact the drum so as to open the requiem for 9 generations of ancestors, the fallen soldiers, and the souls of decreased people during the COVID-19 pandemic to be reborn in the tranquil realms. The program of candles and lighting ended the second day of Thiện An's Great SIMA-ORDINATION. From the altar where the sole photo of Most Venerable Thích Thiện An at the Bồ-Đề Đạo Tràng Pagoda for nuns and monks, Most Venerable Thích Huệ Thông received and transmitted the customary registration to the ordinated monks and nuns, and more than 250 novices went circumambulated 3 times around the pagoda area, holding a lighting candle in lotus flower image in their hand, expressing the compassionate conduct of Bodhisattva Avalokitesvara with the spirit of alleviation of sufferings. The ordination ceremony was held on the afternoon of June 25, 2022. Most Venerable Thích Thiện Nhân, chairman of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Parochial Council, assumed the leader of the bhikkhus. Most Venerable Thích Thiện Pháp, as leader of the study, Master Nun Thích Như Tín was the leader of the bhikkhunis. The Master Most Venerable gave 10 general precept printed banner to the ordinated monastic prisoner and encouraged them to strictly observe the precept. In order to create conditions for lay people at home, the Board of Ordination requests organize the 10 good precepts SIMA-Ordination for lay persons and transmit the Bodhisattva precept to the ordinated monastic practitioner and home-based lay persons. The Thiện An SIMA-Ordination Buddhist calendar 2566 closed on the morning of June 26, 2022, after 3 days from monastic novices living in a space of purity, peace, and emancipation. Speaking at the closing ceremony, Most Venerable Thích Huệ Thông expressed his gratitude to the Hoti of various levels for their concern in supporting the SIMA-Ordination Organizing Board. Gratitude to the strong sponsor who supported financially, in kind, workday, and merit of helping the SIMA-Ordination. Finally, Most Venerable hoped and prayed for the three jewels to bless the attendees with a healthy body, a peaceful mind, and a happy life.
In order to orient the Buddhist work for 2022-2027 tenure to achieve good results, Most Venerable Thích Thiện Nhân, Chairman of Administrative Council, Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, demonstrated and delivered speech to direct the newly elected TIEN Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board at their Buddhist Congress on the morning of June 29, 2022 at Vĩnh Tràng Pagoda, Mỹ Tho City.
The Most Venerable Chairman said that with more than 20 years of leadership experience, Most Venerable Thích Huệ MINH had closely connected with authority at all levels, united and harmonized monks and nuns under the motto Dharma, Nation, Socialism. During the last 10 years, Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board achieved many brilliant achievements, especially Social Security reached over 350 billion Vietnam dong. On behalf of the Central Traction of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, the Most Venerable Bride and Mirrors of TIEN Provincial Buddhist Parochial Boards under the leadership of the Most Venerable Huệ MINH. The Most Venerable Chairman hoped that Venerable Thích Quảng Lộc, the newly elected head of the Provincial Buddhist Parochial Boards, would continue to inherit and promote the leadership role so that the TIEN Provincial Buddhist Parochial Boards could achieve more achievements in the new tenures. The Most Venerable also reminded the newly elected Provincial Buddhist Parochial Boards to soon complete the personal profile tour welcoming the National Buddhist Congress in November 2022.
On the afternoon of June 28, 2022, the Management Board of Phật Quang Social Charity Center held a final meeting to review the school year 2021-2022 of NGAY Kindergarten at Phật Quang Pagoda, Rạch Giá City.
On the behalf of the Management Board of the Center, Lady Cheng Quy reviewed the school year 2021-2022. Accordingly, in the school year, there are 67 children, divided into 3 groups including nursery, kindergarten, and grade 1. The cost of raising children in a school year is approximately 700 million VND. Venerable Thích Tuệ Giải reported on the achievement in caring, nurturing, and educating the kids in the past school year. At the same time, the Venerable also called on parents to cooperate better to raise children. The Venerable wishes that, during the summer vacation, parents need to take care and educate their children well at home, particularly with special attention to be paid in the issue of children's feeding. At the school year review ceremony, the children participated in cultural performances and received gifts from the management board of the kindergarten.
On the morning of June 23, 2022, the nun abbots of pagodas, including Nun Như Hiền, abbot of Bồ Đề Lăng Nhã Pagoda, District 6, Ho Chi Minh City, Master Nun Tắc Mẫn, abbot of Pháp Hưng Pagoda, Cần Duộc, Long An, Nun Như Nhẫn, abbot of Pháp Lạc Pagoda in TIEN Province, Nun An Hiếu, abbot of Pháp Thủy Pagoda, District 8, Ho Chi Minh City, guided the good female and male ladies from near and far to make offerings to the retreat at the second campus of Vietnam Buddhist University in Ho Chi Minh City.
In witness, it was honored to have Venerable TIEN, Director Dean of the Faculties of Buddhist Philosophy, and monks and nuns of monastic management, the operation, and more than 1,200 monks and nuns who are resident students at the Vietnam Buddhist University Campus 2. Appreciating the merits of nuns offering the vegetarian meal, the Venerable also mentioned the Buddhist teachings about great merit when Buddhists make offering to monks and nuns, to support monks and nuns for them to study at ease. The monks and nuns studying at the Vietnam Buddhist University today will be a source of talented human resources in the future to inherit and serve the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. Therefore, the fact that the nuns and Buddhists make offering to monks and nuns creates immeasurable merit and is a source of encouragement for monks and nuns to be diligent on the path of Dharma acquisition. It is to consecrate the merits for the world peace, the epidemic to be eradicated, and the nuns and Buddhists to have immeasurable peace and auspiciousness.
Venerable monks and nuns, Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, the last news has started off this weekly Buddhist Newsreel. Thank you for your attention and following. Goodbye and see you in the next program on PSO TV channel. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha.